I'm sharing about this concept of 2 and 1 and 1 is 2. When we manifest God in the physical world, it's like a positive charge. When we think of an atom, it has proton, neutron, electron. And neutron has no charge, proton has a positive charge, electron has a negative charge. When we represent God in the physical world, we're like an electron, outside, external. We would say the feminine sort of surrounding, right? And like the wraparound. And actually, the word corona, with a kidney, there's the organ, you have the medulla and the corona. The corona is like the outside. And so this idea of like the crown, the outside, the corona of the sun, for example. When we're manifesting God in the physical world, that's the medulla, the internal, the inside, the masculine. We can be in two places at the same time during growth and change because of impermanence, because it's shifting into the new thing already by the time we stop. And notice that there's this extraordinariness of paradoxes where we can pause into patience. So we're being patient, which is more of like an enduring, tolerant quality, and pausing, which is not quite holding firm, it's a stopping long enough to transcend past linear time into the ongoing sort of miraculous experience of living. This one after the next. When we think it's important because it's busy, is actually confusing that idea. It's confusing because it's not our own importance. It's importance, like the project's importance, because it's like busy or important or significant, is like not my importance. The it is not me, right? Not everything is necessary. Sometimes we have to slim down how much we have to do and work we have to do to be our own self. There's the idea of efficiency, streamlining, delegating, letting others do some stuff for us, having to finish commitments and could start saying no or not now as a way to actually get them done rather than keep on being asked to do more or asking ourselves. And remembering that to be happy, we also have to do things that I enjoy doing, that one enjoys doing, and be with people we enjoy being with. Because if we're not happy now, whatever now is, we'll never be happy. Like if we're always saying, I'll be happy when, we can wait forever. So we can practice being happy in the moment. And kind of like, instead of this linear time only going one way, we can even just take one baby step and say, well, clockwise spins downward, right? It's like 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So counterclockwise spins upward. So it's like 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 12. 11, 10, 9, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 12, right? So there's this inside out and cycles. Infinity, maybe it's infinity, right? That's our perception. Material into spiritual, the representing God versus manifesting God. So God manifests something into nothing, and the nothing is observing the something, and the something is looking for nothing. Like we mentioned, the pause, right? The pausing with the patience. So vectors, thinking of the giving and the inspired. So the giving, masculine, is inspiring to others, teaching lofty ideals, abstract ideas, it's like ideals, identity, right? Ideas. There's this donation, this beneficence. The other is inspiration. It is inspired, receiving, feminine, concretization, and listening, and practical realization. And wanting to do it all oneself, wanting to also get help, that's sort of the balance, the equanimity. We might even say the symbol that they use sometimes is the yin yang. There's a little, in wanting to do it all myself, there's a little piece that wants help to get it all done. And then in wanting to get help, there's also a little piece that wants to do it myself. And that's why I want someone to do it. It's worth doing, right? So there's not knowing how to communicate exactly what we need or our state. That is also like a learning process. Like I'm feeling overwhelmed, for example, or I need a few minutes of distraction, and letting that be, not quite a springboard, but like whether we're going clockwise or counterclockwise, kind of like this, either gaining the momentum or getting direction, or the giving and receiving, the internal, the external, what's that word? Efficiency, bridging that gap, right? Efficiency, streamlining. And I'll share one more thing. Actually, two more short things. One is, one is a practice, and one is from Alexander Poltorak from the Quantum Torah website. When we think of fractals, there's this idea of self-similarity, whether there's a snowflake, the branches of a tree, or the canopy of a tree. There's this antenna that broadcasts spectrum. It receives electromagnetic frequencies because it's fractalizing out. Fractal geometry is like whether it's with a letter or a name, or even gematria, which is the numerical value and the numerical meaning. Whether it's 10 or aleph, because aleph is 1, and aleph is 1,000. So 1 or 111, or lamed. Lamed can be written as 74 or 30. Lamed is 30, but when you write out lamed, mem, daled, the spelling, let's say in English you would say Lmane. Let's say you want to spell the word L. You would spell it E-L, right? You wanted to spell the word. Let's say you want to spell the word W. You would spell Double-YOU. Something like that, right? So in Hebrew we do that. We say, because it's like a code, every letter has a number value. So we would say lamed is 30, as the letter has a numerical value. But if you spell it like Lamed, but in Hebrew it's lamed, mem, daled, you would get 74. And even with aleph, I gave an example. Aleph is 1, right? But if you spell it aleph, lamed, fe, langa fe, the end fe, it's those letters, you get 111. So there's this fractalizing, and we can see it in our nerves, in our bone matrix, in our lymph, in our lungs, in our blood vessels. These algorithms, they define the differentiation of a stem cell into a particular tissue, into an organ, into a species, and this is what's competing for resources, actually. So we say man is like a tree, and now we have another understanding of it. And finally, I want to share a practice. So how can we get this like fractal? Like if Hashem is the fractal start and we're part of the fractal, we're all the self-same with Hashem, and then there's this inner and this outer, and we could connect and bridge the gap. So I thought, what are some ways that Hashem loves me? Like I could love myself, that Hashem loves me there. And it was one, Hashem doesn't want me to feel cold. I don't want me to feel cold. Hashem lets me have familiars. I need to have some familiarity. Hashem gives me the option for activities and events. I want to have the option for activities and events. Hashem provides tools and opportunities to use them. Tools and opportunities to use the tools. And I like to have tools and opportunities to use the tools. And finally, Hashem nurtures my skills, my abilities by working me and resting me and enjoying me. And I want to nurture my skills and abilities by working and resting and enjoying. So I will stop here and wish you a good Shabbos. This is the Shabbos before Purim. It's actually Thursday night, but very late. It's almost Friday morning. I'm going to rest, and I have a busy day tomorrow, and I don't always know if I'll be able to sit down and do a video between the cleaning and the food preparing and other things and my other practices. So I do these videos that are Fridays, often sometimes on Thursdays or Saturday nights or whatever. But in this case, it's a Parshas Zachor. We remember that those who wanted to destroy us were not able to. And as a nation, the fact that people want to destroy for no reason other than being different. And we get ready now to move into Sunday, which is the holiday of Purim, which commemorates a female heroine, a hero who made sacrifices most of us could never imagine in order to save her people, which were the Jews, from a man who was from that nation, written in the Torah, called Amalek, who wanted to destroy the Jews for no other reason than the fact that they're Jewish. And we have some practices coming up for Sunday, which include giving money to the poor, exchanging, foods with loved ones, friends, neighbors, people who invite you to their house or whoever, whether, and also like giving like quote unquote a tip to like teachers, rabbis, if you can afford it, and having a festive meal. And especially men, but some women practice as well to some extent, to drink wine to the point where you are not able to really know who you should be pointing your finger at, like who you could say is the bad one and who's the good one. So I wish you, and then there's plenty of rituals and people wear costumes. I have a costume. People eat special. In my tradition, we have a food called kreplach. It's like these little dumplings, kind of, with beef or chicken inside. You could also make them vegan if you wanted. And hamantashen, which are 3-corner pastry cookies with a filling, a sweet filling. Sometimes people do poppy seeds, and these have symbolism, which I won't go into right now. They do represent, ideas related to Purim holiday. And so I'll stop here. Wish you a restful Shabbos and a joyous Purim.